we are here to offer you a entirely new approach to weight loss. Okay. We're not here to talk about a diet. We're not here to talk about a meal plan, workout plan, different types of supplements, not vitamins, not nutrients, really nothing about that. Nothing that you would hear on any other talk about weight. Okay. This is what we're presenting here is going to be a complete paradigm shift in diet, eating, weight loss, weight maintenance. Okay. And this approach, not only is it going to be more effective, but it's going to be much more easy and much more enjoyable than what you're used to trying, right? So what you're used to trying is probably like craving suppression or sticking to meal plans or trying to eat in alignment with some particular routine, okay? So with what we're about to tell you, you'll never need to count a single calorie. You'll never need to suppress a single craving. And you'll never need to miss out on a food that you love, okay? I imagine that all that sounds pretty wild, but if you listen to this, you're going to be like, whoa, it's true. What do you reckon, Brad? You excited?
Well, yeah, absolutely excited. I mean, I think this is a new idea reaching, kind of at the bleeding edge of consciousness, but it's something that's been entirely and completely ignored and suppressed in, establishment, mainstream circles of scientists. So it'll be interesting. I look forward to the responses to this, questions, complaints, whatever from the people, because it's going to be, earth shattering for some people to hear this for the first time, and how few people have pointed it out or even taken what we're going to suggest today into consideration. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. So just before we get into it, we'll just lay down the sources of the knowledge that we're going to present to you. People like to hear that stuff or credibility or whatever, we didn't learn this from being overweight and then losing weight. And here are the things we've learned. Okay, that's not where we're coming from, right? My thing was that I had a lot of chronic pain in my life, and I went through the whole medical establishment thing, and I'm like, man, I've had this thing for 12 years and nothing works. This stuff's all bunk. And it's only after I met a couple of people who were teaching more esoteric stuff that wasn't really anything to do with the mainstream medical establishment that I actually recovered. Okay. So I realized that, well, there's a whole other world of healing information out there. And I actually have a course called The Back Pain Miracle that thousands and thousands of people have bought in over 50 countries. And I get testimonies all the time saying this healed my pain when nothing else would. And so this information about weight loss is kind of like a carryover to that. Okay. It's like similar approaches, but focused on weight. Okay. And how about yourself, Brad?
Yeah. So, most of my knowledge and information really has come through, about 15 years of pretty deep study in the spiritual realms. And I use that term so somewhat loosely, just to suggest that I've studied across all the different traditions and paradigms for a really long time, kind of landed on these ideas. Really, they came on strong in what people often refer to as the New Thought movement, which is kind of this era from like 1850 to 1950. Some real fascinating teachers and authors that popped up during that time. Along with and coupled with that, there was also my new understanding of what causes diseases is what, these two things were kind of coupled together. A lot of people think that, certain foods, eating, unhealthy foods or processed foods causes disease. And, from what I've studied and learned over these past 15 years, that's not the case. But really for today's talk, we're talking about obviously just eating food and what goes into our eating, which is really our biggest energetic intake of the day, right? We're 3 times a day for a lot of people, right? We're adding this energy to ourselves, and it's what's coupled with that energy that results in what people end up seeing manifest in reality. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm coming from.
Well, I like it.